What is up, Need for Speed Racers? It is I, your wheelman, Alex Cornnut. We're here today with the viewer-requested Polestar 1. When this came up in the comments, I was like, here we go. But my man Nil got in the lab, and we think we've got something put together for you that is pretty good. You can build it into S a lot of different ways, but Nil and myself kind of agree that's kind of a cop-out for a lot of cars. Like, anything can be mid-tier in S, but to build something into A+ and actually have it be somewhat competent is a little bit harder, I think. And so this fits into A+ really well. It's very drivable. It Tron turns pretty well. It is a heavy boat, but when you learn kind of what it needs and what it wants, it's really a pretty good car to drive. It's very stable, very planted, and it Tron turns really well. So this might be the one. Guys, we are in the Copium series right now. Cornnut Crew sponsored. It is my own creation with a lot of people backing me on it. I got Nil helping me out with the builds. I've got Lex helping me out with my thumbnails and mod and stuff. And I've got a handful of other mods for this. They're all working together to bring you guys the very best series that we can create that is for anyone. I have got guys ranging from the teens on Rat Race all the way up into the 30s. Our gap is huge. We've already got 8 splits. It's awesome, and we're only about halfway there. So we've got all the way till Saturday to submit your time. I've got guys sending them in via email. People are submitting them in the Discord. The whole purpose of this is to be fun and to get people into something that they've maybe not participated in before. So please come and check that out. I will have the video at the end of this one that you can just click on. It'll be the one that pops up in the middle of the screen. Give it a look. It is my current passion project, and it's really very cool. All of the times are hidden until it is finally time to reveal everybody. So nobody knows who they're competing against, nobody knows what split they're in, and nobody knows how far away they are from the next person in front of them or the person behind them that could pass them. And so the idea is you just give it your best, and then you will get ranked among others that are giving their best, and you guys will all be in a very similar fashion together. It's really very good. It's awesome to see the times because you can see where people are grouped up, and the results are very good right now. So please come and be a part of that. We're on our way. I'd love to see 50 plus entries, and we are not far from that. So come on, come out, come hang out. Let's dig into the build, and then I've got a little bit different version of my gameplay footage at the end to kind of talk you through what's going on while I'm driving. Let's go. Nil built this one for me. It uses the stock motor. It is the 2.0 liter inline 4. It is the hybrid 599 brake horsepower when we start. That is the Pro Silver engine. For the parts, it's pretty straightforward. You don't have to buy that many here. So you are going Silver Pro induction. You are going to run Super Gold ECU, Silver Pro fuel system, Silver Pro exhaust, and Elite Platinum Roots supercharger. Sport Bronze Nitrous, Elite Platinum Road suspension so you can grip it and rip it, Pro Silver brakes, and Elite Platinum grip tires. It comes stock with a Super Gold clutch, so you automatic players are in with this one. It's going to drive just fine. I think you guys are really going to like it. I think anybody is probably going to like this. If you're interested in this car, build this version. I really think you'll enjoy. It runs a Pro Silver 6-speed transmission. So we go from the Elite and we bring it down. You guys can see that just with a transmission change, it takes this car all the way to S+. So that kind of gives you an idea of where it stands. Mind you, most of that is coming from the top speed because it says it'll do 230. I guarantee with 803 horsepower, it would never do 230. Drop it off a cliff, maybe. For the differential, you need to run at least a Sport Bronze, so that way you can get that handling slider to 100%. But there's no need to buy the Elite Platinum if you're balling on a budget. Nitrous Grip and Nitrous Drift are my two auxiliaries that I run on this, so that way we can micro drift. For the handling, this is very important, you guys, so pay attention here. 100% full Beyonce to the left on that drift. But for the steering sensitivity, I run 2 clicks high. That's me. Do you. Anything you want. The downforce, there's one spot to put this build with 100% grip for the downforce. So take it from the middle and go 1, 2. That's it. There's nowhere else you can put that handling slider with this build and get a 269. Nice. So just keep that in mind, you guys. If you're over here, it's 270. If you're over here, it's 270 or 271. 2 clicks to the right of center, A269 right there. Traction control is off, and drift entry, I run brake tap. That is going to give you the Polestar 1. 178 top speed. I've got it to go 184 on fishhook, so I mean it's got a little bit better than that. It's actually got a good speed for A+. You will walk a few different cars because a lot of the other guys only do like 170-ish. So you're about 10-15 mile an hour faster than a lot of other builds. 803 on the horsepower and 941 on the torque. That torque's going to come from that electric motor that's in it along with the roots. This is a hybrid vehicle, so none of that really probably translates to the game, but IRL, it's a nice 2.0 liter twin turbo, and then you've got these electric motors that give you a really crazy launch. It's a pretty sweet little car. This build is good. It is planted. It doesn't surprise you, or it didn't surprise me anyway, like kicking out and getting wild. It's a good, competent build. It is not meta, but you will keep up with plenty of cars in this. The launch could be a little bit to be desired because it is really heavy, but it's alright. It gets it done. I'm actually rather happy with this one. I will probably keep it in the garage to just go pub stomp because it's pretty solid. Guys, gameplay footage right now. Check it out. It's a little different. I want your feedback on that. I do a one take on an entire playlist with cam on, and I talk you guys kind of through things as they develop in the race, where my mind's at, what I'm setting up for. And it's just different than the voiceovers I've done in the past. Let me know what you think. If you like that, I will continue that. If it's not your thing or it's not your favorite, let me know in the comments, because at the end of the day, I make these videos for you guys that are watching. I don't make them for me. So let me know how you like to consume it, what's the best for you. Drop a comment down below on what you want me to build next, and we will get it done. I think the Crown Vic needs to come out because we've got one and it serves a purpose. And currently the builds out there are not serving that purpose. So we'll get you that soon. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. I'm a foreign believer. Alright, you guys. I figure we're going to try something a little different this time for the gameplay footage. I'm going to try to talk you through what I'm thinking about as I see it developing, so that way you kind of get some insight as opposed to me just doing a voiceover later. I've brought my cam down a little bit so you can see the gap between me and the people I'm racing against. Okay, I kind of missed my shift there. Didn't start in fourth, but third will work. That's fine. Taking a look at Lex. He's also in the Polestar, so we're on dead even terms with him. HFF and all the other letters. He's up there in first. That Evo is mighty fast. So I know coming up in here, I want to do a micro drift to the right to kind of try to build some boost. So I'm going to try to do that right here. Get a little bit there. Boom. Use that 6. Avoid the bus. Stay in the draft, but not clip anybody here. Catch a little bit of a micro drift to the left. Micro drift to the right. Okay, now we've got our 3 bar. Now I'm going to save this. Draft in to reset the bar. Cut across right. Downshift to make sure I've got what I need. And then boost right through the trees here. Avoid traffic. Cool. Now we're on our way. I'm going to swerve these two, get back into oncoming to start building that yellow, the NOS again. Okay, coming up here. Now I know I want to get this turn right, so that way I can build my bar for the upcoming turn after that. That left turn is kind of tricky. So you want to go in here with 3 bars, in 6th gear, boost around the corner, so that way you don't shave any speed, you gain speed. And then now we're off to the races. Get a long turn there to give me a grip bonus. And then for the next 2 turns, I actually micro drift them. So I micro drift this one, micro drift this one, and then I tapped the brake after I boosted. Went a little wide because I caught the curb, but with the current gap, I've got 200 yards on the guys. We'll see how they make that corner. All right, I see the traffic parked up here. I'm going to try to grab some near misses so we can build some boost. Near misses, near misses. I was focusing on the near misses, not watching what gear I was in. So now we're dead even with Lex. Oh, we almost died on the bridge. Okay, cool. Oh, I think bridge, or Lex clipped the bridge. Now that was terrible. I was looking back. That car turned in front of us, and that put our buddy H right in front of us at the end there. 159 is nothing special, but you know, that kind of gives you an idea of what's going through my mind when we do that. So coming into Buena Vista, we know that track. It's got some tight turns. It's got some long straightaways. Typically, if I was picking a car for this track, jumping the RSR is really good. Jumping the Rosa, definitely a banger. This McLaren is the off-road version. So it's only does 134, but it's actually kind of spicy on that track. At least the first part. It's definitely not like a record setter, but you can get a huge gap because of how fast it is, and you can just do the degen lines. All right. Take a big old sip of tea. I'm pre-shifting right now. You can kind of see that on the controller. And so I think we should be in like 5th or 6th gear. I pressed it a whole bunch. That way I only got to come down 2 gears. So there's 6th, 5th. Hold it in the sweet spot, and then just get that launch. Not all perfect launches are created equal. So coming through here, I'm going to get a micro drift here. Let it give me the 3-bar, boom. Going to hit it right there. Click into 6. Rear end our boy. Alright, so now I know I want to stay clean through this next section because there's a little bit of momentum when you want to keep. I'm going to try to grab some draft and then start doing a micro drift up here at the top of this corner, so that way I'm set up for 3 bars going into this corner. And we were like 2.9, so we only got a 2-bar boost for that little Tron turn. If you've got boost there, you can take the degen line that H did, and that puts you out front like what he got, but we'll get a nice grip turn, use our 3-bar. Now I'm using all my resources to get up to speed so I can catch up to these guys and get in the draft. Now I'm gonna start building resources and then hit them right here so I can get up to speed, and then micro drift immediately. Lex went for a ride, shot himself off the map. That's pretty funny. Micro drift here. Build that bar, wait till it hits 3, and then cap it and get up to speed. You'll see once I hit the 3-bar, I also hold down the nitrous as well, so that way we get the maximum amount of boost from that resource. We're really close to 3 bars here, so I'm going to just try to milk that a little bit and then hit it down the hill. This car's got a nice good top speed, so we're going to get a little grippy turn there. Wasn't enough to give us a bar. Hit the gas station, use all the NOS. Now I stay to the left because it's clean, and then I switch over to the right here, so that way it's kind of a straight line, but you're also completely out of traffic the entire time. Alright, that'll give us the dub. It's only a 3-player lobby, it's just me and the boys, but it kind of gives you an idea of what I'm thinking about as we're going through stuff. I'm thinking about that next corner before I get there, and really just doing what I can to set myself up for success, essentially, long before I get to that port. Or that part. Now the long climb, basically the same thing we did, but in reverse. Lex is over here messaging me on the side. He's like, "You ruined my Tron turn." I would argue that he ruined his own Tron turn and sent himself to the moon. Now, here's a little trick. My buddy HFF, he doesn't know this is coming. I know he's back there in the Evo. I'm in front of him, just a little to the right, so if you're in a super competitive environment and you're really trying to block somebody, you do something like this. Get your launch and then just come over, so that way he gives you a little boost. And you'll see that put me right in front of Lex because he rear-ended me there. It's not the kindest thing to do, but, you know, if you're out here and you're racing somebody that's maybe running you a little dirty, and he's not. He's racing me clean for sure. But that gives you an idea of some ideas you can do for the launch. Now this part's pretty tricky because the trees will hide traffic that you're not ready for. I'm trying to gather a 3-bar. I don't want to use it here. I want to save it for this corner and then hit a Tron turn through there, but for whatever reason the car didn't hook up. Lex got his though. He's way out front right now. He took a degen line, so now we're in the draft. We got to catch these guys. Downshift, nice micro drift there. Now I'm going to save it for this corner. See how much of a gap we just put on our boys there? The difference is because we hit the turn immediately as soon as we hit the checkpoint, and they followed the road. Guys, make your own path here. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and so you want to cut a really tight corner and then run a straight line into that next checkpoint. And that's what we typically would call a degen line, but that's going to really set yourself up. So right here, we're going to save our boost, use it there. That was a little crazy, but we're going to roll with this. This is some degen shit for real, but that's cool. So the car got a little rowdy on me there. I cut through the gas station, want to cut kind of close to the pumps to make sure I get all my NOS, and then use that to get me back up to speed so I can walk the boys. Now I got a sharp right turn here, hit the brakes and hit the boost. So I used the brakes to slow the car a little bit and then turn in. Not e-brake, just regular brake. And then was able to just use the boost to make it a little tighter corner. Now I just chained 2 grip turns there together, a right and then a left. If you transition from a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn or vice versa into the next turn before it has time to award you the bonus from the grip turn, it'll take both of them and stack them. And so that's kind of a technique we'll use, is sometimes do a set of turns together and not straighten out, so that way it awards you all the bonuses at once and you're able to get the maximum. So that's going to be the W there. That's a couple of sweet lines on that track. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.